Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset has been quite controversial in its time, as it's the most controversial chipset of the year 2022. It is quite inflated, or let's say snubbed, by most smartphone makers, such as the likes of Samsung and the rest. Why do I say that exactly? It's because it's Qualcomm that had to make it. They made the chipset, and you know how it is. Qualcomm makes good quality chips. So I'm quite confused why the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset is not getting the love it quite deserves. You see, the 8 Gen 1 chipset is a chipset released earlier this year, which many companies have scrambled to make over the years, and yes, it delivers exactly as we should expect it. But the Qualcomm company says that Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset is a further 20% more power efficient and 50% more performant than the main 8 Gen 1 chipset. So I'm quite confused as to why people don't use the chipset yet. There might be reasons for this, as like I said, it's from Qualcomm, and Qualcomm makes high quality chips. So I don't understand as why companies aren't adapting the 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset yet. But there might be reasons for this. Well, and if you love the sub channel will be snappy. So I said that as the 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset has been released just last month in June, we haven't seen companies already adapting it, except for the likes of Realme with their Neo series. And you know Realme, nobody needs to tell you anything concerning them. They were the first company to go and adapt the 8 Gen 1 chipset as soon as it came out with their Realme GT2 Pro device. And with time, other companies followed suit. So that gets me confused as why other companies aren't still following the trend of picking the 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset, apart from the likes of IQ. But I'm not really sure of that. So I say as I say now, 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset to deliver better performance and more battery efficiency, but it looks like no companies have tried to adapt it, which I'm saying throughout this video. But I think I know the reason why. Number one is the time. You know, as when a new chipset comes out, companies need time to optimize the chipset for their devices. So for a new smartphone to be released with this chipset, it's quite confusing. Like I said, Vivo made a flagship phone last year called Vivo X70 Pro Plus, which adapted the Snapdragon 888 Plus chipset, and they released this year's own variant called the Vivo X80 Pro Plus. There's my view of the video right here, and it had the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset. But there's a new device called Vivo X Note, which still adapted the same 8 Gen 1 chipset. I have that video right here. I don't understand. It's quite confusing me as to why didn't they adapt the 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset? Because the Vivo X Note was released last month in June, but I don't understand why they didn't adapt the 8 Plus Gen 1. And many other phones are being released with the same 8 Gen 1, even phones as dating as long as September and October. But like I said, Realme adapted the 8 Gen 1 when it was released with their Realme GT2 Pro, and it looks like that phone did not deliver as well as it should, because I think the company spent less time optimizing the chipset for performance. But as Samsung made their S22 Ultra, it was massive. That was the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 pushing its performance to the highest levels. And it looks like Samsung won't make an Ultra phone until like next year, which I'm not 100% sure of. So it makes me say that I think that's what all companies are waiting for. They are waiting for the right time to optimize the content for their phones. Realme is a very good company, and their Realme GT Pro was a very solid phone. But you know, for a company smartphone to be the best, it has to deliver all features in the best way. And I think that is the reason why no company is adapting the 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset right now, because the chipset is better, faster, so much ways better than others, and the A16 Bionic chipset, which will be released later this year, should be better or equal as the 8 Plus Gen 1, which I don't know how. But Qualcomm made the reason, as they made the 8 Plus Gen 1 even better. But I think the reason why companies just don't adapt the new chipset is because they have to take their time optimizing so their smartphones will be as best as they can. Okay, thanks for watching. If you love this video, like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10 subscribers as fast as I can. I would love if you guys will help me to do that. With all that said, I'm Hilal. This is Eliachi. Be ready for the next one.